Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 19th of September and we are starting a new phase on Monday. The phase is a deficit and I have already been in a deficit this year, but basically I weigh more now than I did at the start of that deficit. This is the first week that I've tracked anything in MyFitnessPal since the 13th of June, and I think I just needed the time to kind of like set a baseline, bring my stress levels down, look after my nervous system, and just kind of live a little bit outside of work. I've been in Europe for the last month and now I'm ready, and I'm full-time uni at the moment. I'm not at work, so I definitely have this space in terms of my day to make things happen a lot easier. And I just said to my coach, I just want to see what I can do, because if I can't do it now in this kind of setup of life, like I just don't see myself ever being able to do it. And I really want to prove to myself that I can do it, because I know that I can and I really don't have any excuses. So I'm calling myself out on my bullshit, basically. I told my coach that I wanted to do this, I think it was the week that I left for Europe, or my first week in Europe, and she was like, okay, let's just like set some goals. Can you tell me why? You know, normally I'm working towards a photo shoot, so like, how are you going to keep yourself on track when it does get really tough? What are you going to use to keep yourself disciplined and motivated, and what's going to be like the measure of success? Basically went away and had a really big think about what success means to me holistically, but also like specifically in the sense of this next couple of months. We're finishing at the start of December. I have an end date. I have all my protocols, which I'll talk about a bit more, but I just wanted to go through like my definitions of success that I came up with for myself, because I think I want to make this like a bit more pretty. It's just in my notes at the moment, but I want to make it a bit more pretty for like my phone wallpaper. So, success is the hard work, not the result. Failing a goal does not make me a failure. Success is not tied to my identity. I think before, like, something that I've had to work through over the last few months is like, yes, I didn't achieve the goal of what I set out to do in my previous deficits, and I haven't been able to maintain the work that I did during those deficits, but that doesn't define me as a failure. I just failed. Like, there's a really distinct difference, because labeling myself as a failure has detrimental effects on my self-worth, and like it just kind of seeps into every phase of my life or every aspect of my life. And so really, like, if I fail something, it does not make me a failure, separating me from the action. Success is doing the thing I said I would do, not the end result. Success is sticking to the process, not feelings or emotions. Now, this doesn't mean that like if I'm sick, or like I'm at the start of my period, I need to move things around a little bit. Like, I can still listen to my body and I can honor my body if I'm sick. Like, I can move things around. But like, if I'm really not feeling training today and I think things feel really heavy and it's really tough, if I still go and do the session, or if I still do the thing I said I was going to do, like that is enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done. Success is showing myself kindness through my language when times are tough. My favorite thing that Hattie Boydell has ever said is that language is a weapon of love or destruction, and ever since I've heard that, like, I just carry it with me so much. Application of it is a little bit trickier, but it's always kind of just like sitting there in the back of my mind. And so I know that this is something definitely that is going to, like, I'm going to need to lean into it when things don't go the way that I want them to, or I make a mistake, or I don't show up. I'm going to. If for whatever reason I can't show up the way that I want to, like, this is what I need to remind myself. Success is showing up consistently to train, even if the session isn't perfect. I already touched on that. Success is finding joy in movement rather than seeing it as a punishment. I'm not punishing my body to lose weight or to lose fat. I I have made a very educated choice on what I'm doing. I trust my coach wholeheartedly that the protocols she has set for me are like healthy and support my body, but also support me to achieve the goals that I want. We have worked together for long enough now that she knows really like what I can and can't handle, and she's also really good at like very gently but lovingly calling me out on my bullshit. So that's it. Success is staying curious and not critical when setbacks happen. I think the thing for this is like, particularly in my check-ins, I could do a check-in and I could wake up being like, oh my god, like I feel great, and then I step on the scale and I do my measurements and I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is not like, these things don't match how I'm feeling or maybe how I look. And knowing that like weight and measurements are one part of the data, knowing that like my sleep and my cycle are going to impact those things too. So asking questions about the data, why is this happening, not getting so caught up in the data, especially if I'm adhering to the protocols and doing what I said I was going to do. Success is celebrating effort, not perfection, because showing up is the win. I've been listening to a lot of Working Hard with Grace Beverly, and she talks a lot about like done is better than perfect. If it's 80% good and done, that is better than it being like 50% done but perfect. So leaning into that a lot. The last few I got from a ChatGPT prompt that I've kind of played around with a little bit, and the first ones I kind of came up with myself, or based on things that I've like heard, thought, resonated with from other like podcasts and interviews and things like that. So gonna make this pretty. I'm gonna make it as my phone wallpaper, my iPad, my computer, whatever, and just really lean into it. I sent it to my coach. She's attached it as my profile too, and I know that she's going to refer to it too and like use my own words back to me, which I also think is going to be really helpful. Let's do protocols. I received these all 2 days ago. We start on Monday, so I have a bit of time to really like plan, prepare, sort myself out. My macros are the same 6 days a week. 1 day a week they are slightly higher with an extra 100 grams of carbs. All days are to be planned and tracked in advance, including my high day. So my partner is also going to go in a deficit. We're going to talk about like our menu and things that we want. Specifically like our dinners are the same, our lunches and breakfasts are completely different. But for that high day, like if we want to go out somewhere or if we have an event on, like how we can kind of plan around that. So for example, next week is our 4-year anniversary and we've already decided where we're going to go. So I'm going to pick something off the menu, track it in my Fitness Pal already, so it's done and it's there. Steps are 10 to 12k every day. I'm going to aim for the 12. Water 3 to 4 liters minimum every day. Meals 4 to 5 meals every 3 to 5 hours apart. Carbs, we're doing colors and nutrients first, so 200 to 300 grams of fruit and 500 grams of non-starch veggies in every single day. I do eat meat, so she's requested as much grass-fed meat as possible, and some whole food fat sources to accompany them. I will have 5 resistance training sessions to make my sessions a bit shorter. At the moment I've been doing 4 sessions, but they're not long. I'm really taking my time with them. I don't have to be anywhere apart from like at my desk doing uni, which I can do at any time, so like I can just kind of do it how I want. And this time we are going to add in cardio. I did not have cardio in my last deficit because just with work we were really concerned about my nervous system and my stress response, but I don't have any of those things at the moment, so we're pushing it. I've got 20 minutes of 150 cal in zone 2 post workout, so 100 minutes in the week, and that's where we're starting. So I think even though like I'm technically starting on Monday, I've already been getting into my habits this week. I've been tracking everything I'm eating. I'm about to go do my 4th session of the week. I've checked in and I've completely checked in. I've been drinking my water. Steps have not been great. we are now in the build up in Darwin, so like it's just disgusting outside from the minute that you wake up, and I just hate leaving my dogs for that long to be at the gym. But like, this is what I've chosen, so it's what I'm gonna do. I've been going to recovery. I've been twice this week. I'll probably go again tomorrow, and that's kind of where we're at. I finish uni next Friday for the first part of my course, and then I think I have just about a month's break, maybe 3 weeks. So that's gonna be great. I have a wedding, I have a concert, I have my anniversary, I mentioned, my end of year function with Jug Fit. Like, I do have events on over the next couple of months while I'm in this phase, and I'm really excited to just see how I approach everything, how I handle everything. The other thing is, and my coach hasn't explicitly stated this, but like I think it's just kind of implied at this point, is that I won't be drinking for this period as well. I don't typically drink a lot anyway, like a special occasion I'll have 1 or 2. Overseas was a little bit of a different story. London, I basically just spent all my time at the pub with my friend, which was so much fun. We just played card games, and I met all her friends and her colleagues, and like we just enjoyed the vibe, which is, you know, a very London thing to do. But yeah, that's something that I won't be tapping into at this point in time. I might have 1 or 2 this weekend, but like I'm not going out on the town or anything like that. So that is kind of where we're at. Yeah, this weekend is all about planning and preparation and making sure that I am like ready to go. We are on our way to Palmerston Markets because David and I are going to grab a little dinner, but also they have really good fruit and veg. Just got home from the markets. I got myself a crispy pork banh mi, just something a little bit different. And then it's like my favorite place, and normally we're there too early for them to be open, and they do this Dubai chocolate strawberry cup, so I got that.
This is gonna be good.
What are you making me?
Guinness pie.
Slay. Say hi to YouTube.
What's up?
This is what I'm dealing with.
What?
David is in the kitchen making us a bacon Guinness pie for dinner, which sounds so good. We've been planning this for the whole week, so I'm letting him have that space while I'm gonna go out of the house for a little bit. We went and did our grocery shop for the week. Feeling really good about this new phase. Really happy with like my food choices, and I'll do all my prep, like my meal prep and everything tomorrow. Thinking there's one day next week that my car is getting serviced, and I get my car serviced quite a while away from home because it's closer to my work. And I was thinking, oh my god, what am I gonna do about food? Like, how am I gonna stay on track? I'm gonna have to like eat somewhere else and make it. And I was like, no, we're gonna swap meals. So I'm gonna have my lunch for breakfast, and then I'm gonna take my breakfast, which is my oats. I'm gonna make them into overnight oats, take them with me in a cooler bag, and then I can still eat them wherever I am, whatever time it is that I get to eat them. There's a gym near where my car's being serviced. I can take my uni stuff and get some work done. I do have a doctor's appointment as well, so like I'm just gonna tick all the boxes and still get everything done, but I'm planned and prepared in advance. It is build up in Darwin, if you know you know. So I'm gonna go to the gym. It's actually a members day at Snap Fitness the Callinga today, so there's all different sorts of stuff going on. Get like about an hour of steps in, come home, have a shower, and then I have a Book Besties event today. Recently, I mean, like I've never really been a pre-workout girly. I do love an energy drink. I love like a canned ready-made to go. Particularly, I love anything by Alani, but I also really love pink and purple V, purple especially. And this obviously came out while I was away, watermelon candy. I'm gonna give her a go. Okay, it smells like watermelon straight off the bat. Ooh. Okay, sometimes when you get watermelon things, it's that like super fake, artificial, overly sweet. This is still obviously very fake, artificial watermelon, but it's not the overly sweet, leave a fuzzy feeling on your tongue kind of sweet. So this gets biggest from me.
Man, this shit is messing with my
I'm on my way into the city. Book Besties, which is a book club that I am a part of in Darwin, put a call out for anyone who likes spicy books and spicy laksa to help with some filming in a collaboration with the Darwin Laksa Festival today. And I put myself forward and I'm going. So we're going to Choc in the Galleria, and if it's the place I'm thinking, I have had their laksa before and I did really like it. I just thought it's a good way to like be a bit social, have a bit of fun, be creative. I did wash my hair after the gym because I was gonna do a slick bun. It's 35 degrees outside and the humidity feels unfucking real. So I was gonna do like a middle part slick bun, but it was beyond dry shampoo at that point. So like washing was the only option. And we've got a full face. So that's fun. I am trying out the one size setting spray today because if it can't handle Darwin, like I'm yet to find something that can handle Darwin. I have my little Longchamp that I got in Singapore. She's so cute. I'm obsessed with her. And obviously bringing my camera along for some little behind the scenes and keep you up to date. Up at Lake Alexander for Pilates. The sun is rising over the lake. The ocean is just behind us. It is stunning. I always get really nervous like filming and doing stuff at like these kind of events because I really don't know many people, but it's bright enough for sunglasses. I think we're just gonna fucking go for it because why the fuck not? What was that? soon. That was the sweatiest Pilates session of my life. I know it's raining. Well, it's like drizzling, but the area around looks like rain has come through. That was really fun. Such a lovely setup at the lake there, and her classes are always just so good. She now has 2 workouts up on YouTube, which I'm gonna start to incorporate in my week, I think. Had an iced latte from Laneway, which is my favorite coffee in all of Darwin. Didn't know the coffee was even coming from there, so that was a lovely little surprise. We had really nice cake. We had like this mango, like vegan cheesecake, I think it was. It was so fucking good. I'm on my way to recovery. Definitely need to get these legs in some compression boots ASAP. I think we're gonna have to cold plunge today. I brought a towel to just like go home wet in my towel and have a shower and stuff when I get home, instead of fiddling around and getting changed and then just going home. So I may need to have an actual breakfast, because I did have some toast with jam, but like I probably did need to eat a little bit more before my workout today. I'm okay, but like probably did need to eat a little bit more. So much for watching this vlog. I have had so much fun at getting back into routine and prepping for this week ahead, and also this next phase. I was going to meal prep today, but my mince is still defrosting right now, so I'm going to do it later tonight, but you're basically up to date now. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.